Hello everyone. How are y'all doing today? My name is Pinique Singleton from connectwithpinique.com. Welcome to today's video. Now, I know some of you guys are wondering, like, why am I wearing this New Year's hat? I don't know. You guys know I like to do different things on some of my videos. I mean, can y'all even take me serious with this hat on? You can't? You can? I don't know. But I'm going to keep it on because it's cool, all right? And it's a new year. It's only 12 days in. Today is January the 12th. So we're 12 days into 2017. And we're going to touch on that a little bit. Today's topic, I'm sure you read it before you clicked on the video, is called Leading Yourself, 4 Things You Must Learn. And I actually shared these 4 items over the course of this week on my Facebook Lives. Actually, I do a Facebook Live every morning. For those of you guys who don't follow me on Facebook, I want you to go follow me on Facebook. And also make sure you hit the button to get the notifications for when I'm going live. All right? So every morning, I have a show that I do called If You Woke Up, You're Winning. And it's just morning motivation, inspiration, information, encouragement. Just something to help you get your day started off on the right foot. And you know, in the mornings, I know people are getting ready for work. They're about to clock into work and things of that nature. So I do try to keep the show very short, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And honestly, I don't think I've ever even gone 10. I think the longest one I did was today, and it went for like 8 minutes. So if you guys are looking for a little morning motivation, encouragement, inspiration, information, join me on my Facebook Live, show every morning. Monday through Friday, and it's called If You Woke Up, You're Winning. So check me out. Go ahead and follow me on Facebook if you're not doing that already. But the reason I even told you all that is because, like I said, this topic was something I covered over the course of this week. I shared one of these items each day. Monday was kind of just like an introduction, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I shared something, and then Friday will be the last thing tomorrow. But you guys are getting it early, but still check me out in the morning. All right, so what I wanted to do, though, I wanted to put all these things together. And like I said, I know some of you guys have probably been watching all week, and I appreciate that. But, you know, I know when I get some good information, sometimes I like to go back and revisit it. You know, maybe I was trying to take notes, but then the information got so good, I got distracted, and I didn't take notes, right? So I want to go back and write down some things or some key points. And so I figured it'd be easier for you all, instead of having to go to each Facebook Live from each day, I thought I'd put all the information together in one video, right? So it's just in one spot. So for those of you guys who have already watched, of course, it's not going to be exact as far as the examples and everything, because I'm just doing this, you know, off the cuff. I mean, of course, I have notes, but the ad-libs or whatever, obviously it's not going to be exactly the same as what you saw on Facebook Live, but it's still the same information, the same 4 tips. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I've already been talking for 3 minutes, and the only valuable information that you've gotten so far is that you need to follow me on Facebook for my morning Facebook Live. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this content. So it's 2017, right? We just talked about that. We're 12 days in, and some of you guys are having a hard time reaching your goals, right? Some of you guys are really struggling. You know, you tried to start and then you were having difficulty. Some people didn't even start. Some people have started and given up. But my question to you is, why? Why do you think all these things are taking place? Why do you think some of us haven't started? Why do you think some of us have given up? Why do you think some of us are struggling? And the conclusion that I've come to when I was thinking about this question is, some of us are having a hard time because we have a hard time leading ourselves, right? Now, a lot of times, you know, a lot of us have a team in a network marketing business, or we might be a manager or a supervisor at a job. And so we attempt to lead other people every day, all day. But for most of us, the hardest person to lead is ourselves. See, people talk about how hard it is to lead other people and to get other people to do things. But honestly, if you are honest with yourself, you're probably your hardest customer, right? You're probably your hardest person to lead, because I know sometimes it's hard for me to get myself to move in the right direction, right? It's hard for us to lead ourselves to do that thing that we know we need to be doing, right? We give ourselves pushback. We're like, yeah, you should do this. And then we're like, nah, I don't feel like it. Okay. You know, and we just give up. So it's very hard sometimes to lead ourselves. So during this video, I'm going to share with you 4 things that you need to learn in order to become a better leader, okay? If you learn these 4 things, you're going to become better at leading yourself, and in turn, you'll become better at leading others, all right? So let's go ahead and jump right into this content right here. Now, the first thing you need to learn, if you want to learn to be a better leader, and yes, guys, I have notes because y'all know I will go left real quick and get off track. So I got my notes here. So if you see me looking down, that's all that is. So the first thing you want to learn, if you want to learn to be a better leader, you first need to learn how to follow. All right. So if you're taking notes, this is where you want to start writing. Number one is learn to follow. Okay. So why? Why is it important to be a good follower? Well, I'm going to give you two reasons. The first reason is because you need to know how to get there, right? You've got to learn how to get there. Remember, most of you guys are doing something that you've never done before. So it's important that you know how to follow someone else and learn what it is that you're trying to do, right? So for example, if I said, hey, can you give Bob directions to my house, right? Well, if you've never been to my house, you first are going to have to follow me to the house, right? Or maybe you'll follow your GPS, but you're going to have to follow somebody so that you can get the path down, right? So you can get the destination, that's not the word I was looking for. But you know what I'm saying, right? So you can get the right route. That's what I was looking for. So you're going to have to follow me to the house first. So you're going to follow your GPS to the house. So you got to know how to follow so you can figure it out. But then once you figure out the way, you can teach somebody else, right? You can lead Bob to the house now. You can lead yourself back to the house. You can lead others to the house, right? And this is just an example, y'all. Do not be bringing nobody to my house, okay? For those of y'all who know where I live, this is just an example, okay? Don't show up. So anyway, you got to learn how to follow so that you know how to get to your destination. The second reason you want to learn how to follow is so you know what it takes to be a follower, because that's going to help you be a better leader, right? So because if you've never been in the shoes of a follower and you don't know what a follower has to go through, it's kind of hard for you to figure out how you're going to lead other people, right? So here's another example. Let's stick with the driving to the house, right? So say you're following me to the house and I'm just driving NASCAR style, right? I'm bobbing and weaving out of traffic. You know, I'm zooming through the yellow lights before they turn red. You know, I'm just making sudden turns. I'm not signaling. Oh, my elbow is ashy. Why y'all didn't tell me to put some lotion on? Anyway, I'm just making turns without signaling. I'm doing all these crazy things. It's very hard to follow when I'm doing that, right? But if you've never tried to follow somebody that's driving crazy like that, and you're the one that drives crazy, you don't think it's that big of a deal, right? You're like, why are they struggling to keep up? I'm doing good, right? I'm doing well. I don't know where did they go? Because you're driving crazy, right? So maybe you don't know what it's like to try to follow somebody that's driving crazy until you've been the person trying to follow the crazy driver, right? So if you've been a follower and you followed somebody that's driving the speed limit, you know, when the light's yellow, they slow down and wait for you, you know, they just wait instead of trying to zoom through and leave you. When they're getting ready to make a turn, they put on their turn signal. Now, if you've followed somebody like that, and then you've also followed the crazy driver, you know it's easier to follow the person that is driving like they have some sense, right? But if you never followed either one, I mean, yeah, you can kind of come to the conclusion that it probably is easier to follow somebody that's not driving crazy. But once you tried it, you know exactly what it feels like. You know what the person who's following goes through. So you need to be a follower first so you can be a better leader, right? And so applying that in life, you know, different ways that you might learn from when you are following, those will give you, you know, tips on how to lead. So, you know, if you learn better with people giving examples, or maybe you learn better with people writing things down, then you'll know to do some of those things when it's your turn to be the leader. All right. So boom. So those are two reasons why you need to learn to be a better follower. All right. So now let's move on to number 2. The second thing you need to learn if you want to become a great leader is you need to learn self-discipline. Now, this is a big one, guys, because a lot of people struggle with this, including myself. You know, when I'm giving you guys these tips and I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself too, because sometimes I struggle with the very thing that we're talking about, right? And so that's how I can talk about it, because I've made some changes, and so I can talk about the struggle and how hard it is. And I know it is possible, though, to overcome these challenges. So number 2, write this down, learn self-discipline. Now, what is self-discipline? Self-discipline is doing that thing that you know you need to be doing, even when you don't want to do it, right? Even when you don't feel like doing it. It's doing that thing that you must do when you have a choice of doing something that you rather do, right? That's self-discipline, okay? So, of course, let me give you guys a couple examples. You know, maybe you're working on your dream. You know, you're working on building a business, but you also have a full-time job. So self-discipline might mean you have to wake up an hour earlier, or you have to go to bed. You know, you have to stay up an hour later. Maybe you have to use your lunch break to call some prospects or to get on a training call. And that may not always be fun, right? Maybe you want to come home and you just want to go to bed. But self-discipline means working on that business instead of getting on the couch and watching TV, right? Working on that business instead of getting into bed earlier, okay? And so it may not always be the fun choice. It may not always be what you want to do, but I'm telling you, it's what you need to do, okay? That's why it's called self-discipline, okay? So self-discipline is getting out of the bed when the alarm first goes off, guys. Not hitting the snooze button 20 times, right? And some of you guys know what I'm talking about, because some of you guys do that on a daily basis. And it's psychological, because some people set the alarm earlier just so they can snooze, which I never understood that one. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Let me stick to my notes. So self-discipline is getting up when the alarm first goes off and not hitting that snooze button. You know, I was on a training the other day, and the gentleman shared that Benjamin Franklin used to get up 3 hours earlier. 3 hours earlier than he needed to be anywhere. So he gave himself 3 hours. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't know what Ben was doing for those 3 hours. I personally have not gotten to that point, but you know, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still growing. I don't know about 3 hours, but I personally have started getting up earlier. And the reason that I'm getting up earlier, it takes self-discipline, because I'd rather hit the snooze button too. And I'd rather just lay in that bed. It's so comfortable, right? And it's wintertime now, so it's cold. It's so warm in the bed. You don't want to get up. But I'm practicing self-discipline by getting up early. Because the truth of the matter is, most of the really, really successful people, they have morning rituals, you know, morning routines that they do before they even start their day, right? Most really successful people, they don't reach for their phone and get on Facebook first thing in the morning. They usually do some sort of maybe meditation or prayer, daily affirmations. They might listen to certain music to get them going. But whatever it is, they have a routine. They have a ritual. They have an allotted amount of time. You know, they might have a gratitude session, right, where you write down everything that you're thankful for. All kinds of different things that people do in the mornings. And so it's not necessarily about me telling you need to start doing these rituals, or you need to start doing this particular ritual. But what I am going to tell you is, like I said, most successful people get up early and they get their mind right. Because remember, I always talk about this, guys. If you want to change any situation, you first have to change your mindset. And so if you're just getting out of the bed, just rushing, you're going to run, jump in the shower, and then you're rushing out the door, you don't have time to get your mind right. There's just no time for you to get that right and to get in the right space before you go do what you have to do. You know, I know some of you guys, y'all want to hit that snooze button because you're reasoning with yourself. You're saying, I just really need like 20 minutes. I can jump in the shower, I can brush my teeth, comb my hair a little bit. 20 minutes tops, I'm good. I don't need any extra time. But try it. Try self-discipline. Try exercising self-discipline and getting up early just to get your mind right. You know, do some daily affirmations. You know, maybe do some meditation if you're into that. But pray. Trust me, your days will go a lot smoother and they'll start off a lot better. Like I said, I've started doing this. Now, I'm not doing the 3 hours like Benjamin Franklin. I haven't gotten there, and I probably won't get there. I'm going to be honest with you. That's not one of my goals. But I'm working my way up to having an extra hour. So right now, I'm slowly doing it. So I've been getting up about 40 minutes earlier, and it's really working. So I'm going to try to get to an hour. Well, not try. Take that word out of your vocabulary. I'm going to get to an hour. I'm going to exercise self-discipline, and I'm going to be getting up an hour earlier than I was, right? Anyway, guys, let me move on. You know, I get excited about these things. But back to self-discipline. Like I said, self-discipline is just all about making a choice, right? So, you know, for those of you who are trying to lose weight, self-discipline is choosing that healthy snack, that fruit, or vegetable instead of that bag of Doritos out the vending machine, right? Instead of the Reese's cup out of the vending machine. It's choosing a healthy snack. And you have both snacks right there in the same vending machine. Well, you probably don't have the fruit. So that's probably not in the vending machine, right? That's something you need to bring from home, most likely. But my point is, you have a choice. When you go to the grocery store to buy that fruit, there's also other things that you could buy. Exercise self-discipline and buy the fruit. If you want to lose that weight, because I know a lot of you guys, and I know I talk about weight loss, and I've been talking about business a lot lately because it's the beginning of the year. Most people's New Year's resolutions are centered around losing weight or making more money. So that's why I've been talking about entrepreneurship, and I've been talking about weight loss and getting healthy. So make the right choice. Exercise self-discipline. I want you to think about this. Are you, going the extra mile and doing what you have to do, whether you want to or not? Or are you taking a shortcut and just doing what you feel like it when you feel like it? If you're just doing what you feel like it when you feel like it, you're not exercising self-discipline, and you're going to need to make some changes, all right? I want you to start doing that thing that's necessary. Say yes to the things that are necessary and say no to the things that are unnecessary. Say no to the distractions, Say no to the excuses. Say no to anything that will get you off track, and do what you have to do. I'm telling you, you're going to be winning if you do that. Number 3, write this down. If you want to be a better leader, you must learn patience. Now, this is a big one, guys, because a lot of people are very impatient, right? A lot of us get impatient. If you're driving down the road and somebody pulls out in front of you and they're going slow, we get really impatient, right? We're like, oh my goodness, will they please hurry up and move out of the way? Because we're just in such a hurry to get everywhere. And that's just the way our society is. We live in a microwave society. I mean, think about it. We have we have minute rice. You can fix some rice in a minute. We have instant grits. I'm from the South, so I said grits, but also like instant oatmeal. You get the idea. We have drive-thrus where you can get food without getting out of your car, and that food is called fast food, right? We have instant detox tea. Y'all know I'm in Total Life Changes Health and Wellness Company. We have an instant detox tea. You just pour it in a bottle of water and shake it up, and you can detox on the go. It's crazy. Everything in our society is centered around being fast, instant, quick, microwave. And that has actually conditioned us to think that everything is supposed to be fast, right? Which causes us to be impatient. So if you want to learn to be a better leader, you have got to learn patience, right? Just because something is fast does not mean it's better than something that's slow. Or just because, something takes longer does not mean that you need to steer clear of that, right? And I'm going to give you a quick example. Have you ever had pizza that you had left over, right? And so you go to warm up the pizza in a microwave, right? And I know I'm talking about pizza. I know some of you guys are like, I thought you're in health and wellness. Pizza is not that healthy. But, well, first of all, that's why I detox. But second of all, I get the veggie lovers with the thin crust. So it's not bad. It's not all the grease like the pepperoni. And anyway, I've gotten off track again. It doesn't matter about my diet right now. That's not the point of this video. But you get that good piece of veggie lovers pizza and you go throw it in the microwave the next day. And it's good. Crust isn't as crispy. It's kind of soggy, but it's fine. But then if you take that same piece of veggie lovers thin crust pizza from Pizza Hut and you put that thing in the oven instead of the microwave, ooh, the crust is so good. The crust is crispy. The veggies are just right. The cheese, everything is just right. It tastes just like it did the night before. But some of you guys know the pizza tastes better in the oven, but you don't want to take the extra few moments for the oven to heat up, right? You rather put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, even though you know it's not going to taste as good. And so that's what some of you guys do in life. You know that you're not going to get the best results when you take a shortcut, when you take the quick way out, when you take the microwave approach, but you don't really care because it's faster. See, some of you guys will sacrifice quality for speed because you're impatient. But trust me, everything that's worth having, all the good stuff is worth waiting for and working for, right? And patience isn't all about just waiting. Now, that doesn't mean you just sit here and wait on it. It means you put the work in, and while you're waiting for the seeds to take root, while you're waiting for the foundations to grow, as you're watering them and continuing to plant them, you have patience, okay? You have patience. You don't get frustrated. Because when you get frustrated and when you're impatient, a lot of times people end up quitting because they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. So I encourage you guys to practice patience. You know, in business, a good business owner is not worried about, boom, I got to shoot to the top of the ladder and I just got to, rise to success just like that. I want to be a millionaire tomorrow. Most successful leaders and great leaders don't think like that. Great leaders, they're going to take time to recruit the right people. And then they're going to teach those people. They're going to invest in those people. And once those people learn, then all of you all, the leader and the team, are going to go to the top together at the same time because you built a sturdy foundation, right? You built a strong foundation because you took the time. You didn't want quick results because sometimes quick results don't last, right? In business, you might be trying to do things quick and you might build with the wrong people. So your foundation isn't solid, right? Or for those of you guys, I know some of you guys are like, I'm not even in business. I'm just here because you got a New Year's hat on and my New Year's resolution is to lose weight. I thought I was going to get some tips on that. Well, not specifically, but I will give you this example that pertains to weight loss and patience, right? Some of you guys want to go out there and you want to get these little really quick fad diets, right? These little fads and trends. Oh, I'm going to lose 100 pounds if I just drink this shake all week, right? And maybe you're not going to lose 100 pounds in a week, right? I've never heard of that. But you know what I'm saying, right? You get these things that are meant to be quick, but a lot of times those results don't last. But it's a lot better if you take the time to learn, and research different foods you should eat, different exercises that you should do, that you can continue to do over time. And it might take longer to lose the weight, but it's more, you have better results, right? You can sustain and maintain those results better. Because it's a lifestyle change. It's not a quick fad. This is in right now. Let me try this quick diet. And I mean, same thing. Another example for weight loss is it takes longer, I know, to get through the line at the grocery store than it does to get through the line at the drive-thru, right? You want to go to the drive-thru at your favorite fast food restaurant. It's usually quick. And as soon as you get the food, it's prepared. You go to the grocery store, the lines are longer. Then you got to get home and you have to cook the food. But if you take the extra time to go to the grocery store and cook your food at home, you can make healthier choices. And in turn, your health will benefit. You'll lose the weight you're trying to lose, or you'll get, you'll just increase your overall health. Everybody's not trying to lose weight. Some people just want to get healthier. So it's worth the extra time to go to the grocery store. All right. So practice patience. Okay. So think about that. Are you going to put your pizza in the microwave? Or are you going to take the extra time to put yours in the oven, right? Are you going to go to the grocery store and buy food and cook it? Or are you going to go to the drive-thru? Think about that as you're going through. And if you are tempted to say, I want to put my pizza in the microwave, I want to go to the drive-thru, I challenge you to change the way you think. And I challenge you to change your actions. It'll help you to become more patient and more disciplined. We talked about self-discipline before. So it all is related, right? So look, the last thing I want to share with you guys today, this is the last thing. This is number 4. Go ahead and write this down. Learn from others. Okay? If you want to be a better leader, you must learn to learn from others. Now, this is a good one here because a lot of you guys want to do everything yourself, right? But the truth of the matter is you need to seek advice and insight from others because there's somebody out there that has already done what it is that you are shooting for. That goal that you're trying to reach, there's somebody that's done it before. And they've done it well, right? So you need to seek those people out. Now, there's some people that have done it, but they weren't really successful. I really wouldn't recommend y'all seeking those people out. You need to go with the ones that are doing the thing. They're doing well. So, but you find those people and you follow them, right? So you associate yourself with those people. Maybe you don't know them personally, but maybe you're friends on social media, right? So follow them on social media. If they do YouTube videos, watch their videos. If they do webinars, watch their webinars or their trainings. If they do Facebook Lives, join their lives and engage with them, comment with them. Let them know that you're interested in the information that they're sharing. Now, hear this though. Do not stalk anybody, guys. I'm not telling you to harass anybody. I'm not telling you to stalk anybody. Don't be creepy, okay? Because I don't want no problems. I don't want y'all coming back saying, well, Pinique said I needed to stalk you. See, that's not what I said. Y'all be starting rumors sometimes. I didn't say stalk anybody. Just, follow them, learn from them. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to know the person. I learn from people that I don't know all the time. Like I have books. Well, actually, I got a stack of books right here holding up my phone, so I can't show you guys. But I got Darren Hardy right here with me. You know, I got a book. I got Todd Falcone right here. You know, I have John Maxwell, a book right here. So you can associate yourself with people by not actually, I mean, just because I say associate, that doesn't mean you have to know them personally. That doesn't mean you have to hang out. But on the flip side of that, now if it is someone that you happen to know, or maybe your friends on social media, shoot them a message. You know, see if you can take them out to lunch. That's one of the best ways to gain knowledge. Take somebody to lunch and just talk to them. Have questions prepared, though. You have to have targeted questions. You have to have well thought out questions. You don't want to just take them to lunch and just be sitting there not really talking or whatever, right? So take them to lunch. And if they're in your area, if they're close by. And some of you guys are really ambitious. So some of you guys, even if they're not close by, you know, maybe you're willing to drive an hour or 2 hours if it's somebody that you really admire. And if it's somebody that's really successful in the area that you're trying to be successful in, go for it. Don't limit yourself. You know, I said if they're in your area, but hey, go for it. If you want to drive, do it. I've done it before. But yeah, guys. And then here's my caveat to that, though. You can't just follow them on social media. You can't just watch their videos. You can't just read their books. You have to actually implement the things that you're learning. You have to start applying that in your own life. It doesn't make sense to soak up all that information and just keep it inside. So you have to do the things that they're actually suggesting that you do, right? There's this saying that if what you're doing isn't working, then go back and do what your coach told you to do in the first place. If what you're doing isn't working, then go back and do what your coach told you to do in the first place. Now, why is this even a saying? Probably because so many people think they know it all, right? You're getting advice from someone that makes $50,000 a month, but you only make $50,000 a year, but you don't want to listen to what they're telling you. I don't understand why you would even do that, right? A lot of people, though, that happens. They want to go and they want to do things their own way, even though they've been given the information. Stop doing that, guys. Stop it. Listen to those people. They are where they are for a reason, and they know how to get there, and they know how to get you there, but you got to listen and implement and apply the information. But see, some of y'all don't want to apply the information just because of who it's coming from, right? Like you'll see somebody doing well, but you'll be like, well, that person's younger than me, or they're a different race, they're from a different country, they're from a different part of the country, you know, they're a different religion. You know, some men don't want to take advice from women, some women don't want to take advice from men, just all kinds of craziness. But you have to put your pride aside and you have to humble yourself because that person has more wisdom and more experience in this particular arena, right? They have more wisdom and experience in what it is that you're trying to achieve. So put your pride aside and take the advice. Like how many of you guys, and I know I can raise my hand on this one, how many of you guys, when you need help with something having to do with technology, you go to your kids, right? I know if I need help with something that has to do with like a computer or something, I'm like, Alex, come in here, help me with this, right? Because that's just what they know. They're growing up in this age of technology. And some of us, we just didn't grow up in this age. They have more experience in it. They have more exposure to it. I have no problem asking a young person for help with something. I have no problem asking somebody who's different than me. If they're winning, hey, I want to win too. So I'm going to ask them. So like I said, be open-minded when it comes to learning from others. Don't be stubborn. Don't be prideful. Don't be shy. Just get on out there and seek the advice before you make your move, right? Seek the advice before you take action because that could keep you from making some kind of mistake, right? When you seek advice in the beginning from these people and you learn from other people, you can learn what mistakes they made so that you don't make the same mistakes, all right? So that's all I have for y'all today. I just want to wrap this up by saying if you do the 4 things that I just shared with you, learn to follow, learn self-discipline, learn patience, and learn from others, you will learn to be a better leader. You'll be better able to lead yourself. You'll start crushing your goals and you will earn the right to lead others. All right. So look, if you found value in this video, make sure that you share this with somebody. Let somebody know to come to my YouTube channel and check this out. Go ahead and throw a comment under there. Go ahead and like the video and make sure you subscribe to my Facebook. Subscribe. You don't subscribe, huh? Follow me on Facebook. Send me a friend request or something. You know, hit the button to subscribe so you know when I go live. Subscribe to my blog at connectwithpinique.com. Follow me on Instagram, Pinique Singleton is my name on Instagram. So let's just stay connected. If you found value in this video, like I said, make sure you share it. Tell somebody about it. Tell a friend. And tell somebody about my Facebook Live show every morning. If you woke up, you're winning. That's about 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's really like 6:50 now, but next week I'm moving it to 6:45. So, all right, guys, I'm out. My name is Pinique Singleton from connectwithpinique.com. Hope you guys are crushing it in the new year, right? Hope you guys are crushing your goals. If not, stay connected to me. I'm going to keep continuing to motivate you. And for those of you guys in business or who have weight loss goals, I can help you with those as well. So never hesitate to comment or shoot me a personal message. I do respond to messages and appreciate all comments. All right, y'all have an awesome and amazing day, night, whatever time it is you're watching this, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Pinique Singleton here, connectwithpinique.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.